Alright, I guess I'm just going to try to do this as quick and concise as I possibly can. This video is mostly just to all of my American viewers, and it has to do with the election next Tuesday. Look, please, don't vote for open fascism. Don't vote for Trump. I'm saying this as the brother of a trans woman, as a veteran. I was never deployed, but I am a disabled veteran, and I am saying this to you as just a human being. Don't vote for fascism. To my leftists out there who are a single issue voter, with that issue being the genocide going on in Palestine right now, regardless of who you vote for, either Trump or Harris will win. That's just what it's going to be, okay? Jill Stein, Brother West, none of them can win. For those who will cast the protest vote for Jill Stein or Cornel West, those votes, regardless of how you feel, will help Trump. Any vote not cast against fascism will be a vote that says that fascism is not your line in the sand. And how can we help those in Palestine if we have to fight our own government, our own country, to maintain rights that we ourselves have taken for granted for so long? Politics is not an Uber where you can go from point A to point D, okay? It's a train system where you have to get on at point A and get off at point C and cross over and connect. You need to make multiple stops to get to where you want to go, and that sucks. It really, really does suck. But with the Electoral College and gerrymandering very prevalent in American states, that's how it is. And until those can be abolished, any vote against the lesser evil will be you telling them that you are okay with the greater evil winning. Look, I'm not a fan of Harris either. I was against her in 2020, and I didn't even like Biden, but I voted for him to stop fascism. But Trump literally said in the debate against Biden,
he said the only one who wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job. Finish the job. Finish the job. He's become like a Palestinian.
He thinks that Biden should have gone further, okay? He thinks that Biden should have finished the job. That means he should have wiped out Palestine, given Israel carte blanche to do whatever the hell they want to do. Harris, on the other hand, while she is an adamant supporter for Israel, she has called for the ceasefire.
Now is the time to get a hostage deal and a ceasefire deal done. And the Palestinian people can realize their right to dignity, security, freedom, and self-determination.
She hasn't said that we should have wiped them out when we had the chance. There's the drastic difference. Now, yes, the Biden-Harris administration is sending weapons to Israel currently. What makes you think that's going to stop underneath Trump, when Trump has literally said that they should wipe Palestine off the map? It won't. It will just increase. Both of them have terrible takes, okay? I'm not debating that. But the fact is that only one of those two are going to win. Is it going to be the one who calls for a ceasefire? Or is it going to be the one who calls for Palestine to be wiped away? You have an opportunity to decide that. Now, to any Republicans watching, you have women in your life. Like it or not, you have LGBT people in your life. Does your love for them mean so little to you that you would allow your vote to harm them? Roe versus Wade was the law of the land, and all of Trump's SCOTUS nominees said they wouldn't touch it. Until they did. Abortion rights aren't something that people just do for funsies. There are cases like ectopic pregnancies where the fertilized egg gets stuck inside of the fallopian tube. That happens, and that impacts the life of the mother. Now, without Roe v. Wade, women who have gone through this and experienced these tragedies would have to go through with the pregnancies and die. And if a doctor did the moral thing and helped them, gave them the abortion to remove the fertilized egg from the fallopian tube, that doctor could go to prison in some states. That's the reality we're living in. A 10-year-old girl who was raped by her father, she would have to give birth in some states. And that's happened. That has happened already, and Roe v. Wade has only been off the books for like, what, a year or two? And then there's the case of Project 2025, and that's the buzzword that, everybody likes to use, and all the Republicans are like, oh, well, Trump said he has nothing to do with Project 2025. Look, Project 2025 is an authoritarian playbook written and supported by many, many of Trump's closest confidants and supporters. That's the fact of the matter. Project 2025 will overhaul our entire government, making it so Trump can remove locally elected officials, like somebody from your city who you voted in as mayor or clerk. He can take those out and install his own Trump-appointed devotees instead. That's what Project 2025 is. It will dismantle the Department of Education, sending us backwards in a world where education is necessary to not only our survival, but our advancement as a society, and to keep us relevant on the world stage. As technology advances, we do not need to regress. That is what will keep us behind everybody else. Project 2025 will also increase mass deportations, the likes of which we haven't seen since World War II. And just for reference, it wasn't the good guys who did that. It'll also allow unwarranted surveillance, undue force on First Amendment protesters, limit voting access, and censor what can be taught in schools. This isn't just like a what if or, oh, that'd be so funny if that would happen. This is what they want to do and have said they will do in Trump's second term. Now you'll say, oh, there's checks and balances in place. That'll never happen. Well, guess what? The Trump-appointed Supreme Court recently said the president has qualified immunity for official acts done in the capacity of the office. So anything that Trump does as president is legal. Anything. That would include everything I just said: mass deportation, censorship, installing his own devotees in local offices. This is Hitlerian. Not hilarious, fucking Hitlerian. You have to see that. And again, you'll always say, oh, no, Trump says he has nothing to do. He hasn't read the bill. He doesn't know anything about it. Well, ignorance does not excuse for the people that he has installed and has encircled himself around. 140 people who worked in the Trump administration had a hand in Project 2025, including more than half of those people who were listed as authors, editors, and contributors to Mandate for Leadership, the Project 2025's extensive manifesto for overhauling the executive branch. Okay, half of those 140 people. Dozens more who staffed Trump's government hold positions with conservative groups advising for Project 2025, including his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and longtime advisor, Stephen Miller. Okay, everybody that Trump circles himself around has a hand or believes in Project 2025. But he's sitting there like, nope, I don't know what's going on. See nothing, hear nothing, say nothing, right? That's Trump's mentality towards this. But he's also chose judges whose backgrounds and records are hostile towards abortion, voting rights, access to healthcare, workers' rights, immigrant rights, disability rights, and the rights of the LGBT. Not to mention that the Supreme Court justices that he installed and his vice president, J.D. Vance, who at Trump's old age is just a breath or an ear away from being president, all believe and have a hand in Project 2025. Now look, things may sound dire, but that's because they are. But right now, we all have a chance to write our own history. History is writ by the victors. For once, let us acknowledge that there is a great evil happening that wants to take hold of our Constitution and our country and shred it. And let's say no. I understand the left. I am a leftist. I know that what Palestine has gone through in the last year is unconscionable. I have seen things that I wish I could unsee from that genocide. But I also know that those things will not subside under Trump. So leftists, for the sake of humanity and for the morality of our country, I implore you to please vote for Harris. She's not everything I want in a president or a candidate, but compared to what we will get, if it's not her, how is that even an option? And to my Republicans, a lot of which are family, you have LGBT people in your life. You say you love them, but your vote will go against their well-being. I've got nothing left. This has stressed me out way more than I thought it would have, because I don't usually do these kind of videos, but for the tiny voice that I have here on my channel, I had to say something, and I have to implore you to please vote for Vice President Kamala Harris, because the alternative is open fascism.
He says, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one. Other than day one.
How is this a choice? How is this just not a knee-jerk reaction to vote against fascism? So please, next Tuesday when you go into the voting booths and you're sitting there, just remember, if you're a Republican, nobody knows who you're going to vote for in there. You can vote for Harris and then go on and talk all the shit you want about her. You can praise Trump until that dude is just worm food, but you don't have to vote for him. And that's what I am imploring you to do. Please, don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for fascism. Vote for Kamala Harris. Thank you all, and I guess we're going to see where history lies. Take it easy, guys.